Hi, my name is Jennifer Turliuk. I'm the CEO of Maker Kids and an author. Catch me on this week's episode of the Jesse T Show. So I have a company called Maker Kids, and we run camps, programs, and parties for kids on coding, robotics, and Minecraft. And we use those as a tool to help kids build social emotional skills like confidence, social skills, positive relationship with technology, and resilience. So that's a big part of my life. And the other part, or one of the other parts, is I'm an author. So I wrote a book called How to Figure Out What to Do with Your Life Next, which is about my journey from being a dissatisfied member of corporate to finding what I wanted to do next, which is what I'm doing today with Maker Kids. And it involves principles from quantified self, design thinking, and lean methodology, as well as interviews with Silicon Valley investors, entrepreneurs, and professors. And it's kind of a framework to help more people figure out careers that they like, are good at, that help the world, and that make them money. So those are sort of my two major professional aspects.
It's beautiful that you're helping to shape minds and give children as old or as young as 7 years old. Is that where it starts?
Yeah, it's ages 6 to 13.
Okay, so 6 years old, where they're still kind of in that developmental process and they're still learning how to be a human, essentially, in the very beginning stages of their life. How did you, I guess, figure all this out or get into this? Like, what was the inspiration for you to show up in this, facet of young people's minds as they start to get started?
Well, I'd always been part of education and running camps and programs and such for kids. It was something I was passionate about. And in my career, I got into this program based at NASA called Singularity University. And there you learn how to apply exponential technologies like 3D printing and robotics and such to global grand challenge areas like poverty, water, and education. And they asked us to pick one of the global grand challenges to focus on. And I did some reflection, and I came across a quote from Nelson Mandela that said that education is the most powerful weapon you can use to transform the world. And I thought, well, maybe if I'm able to make an impact with education, then that could impact all these other areas, because it would help equip people to make a difference in those other areas. And so I also thought, it'd be cool to have a program like Singularity University for kids. And then finally, I remembered back to a time in my life where I was 12 and I was, a bit of a geek, and I was, kind of being bullied in school, wasn't that engaged in school. And then my teacher gave me an enrichment assignment for a book report to make a website instead of just writing a book report. So I made one about Harry Potter. It was the early days of the internet and Harry Potter, and got a good mark, kind of forgot about it. And then a couple months later, my brother came down the stairs holding a magazine, and he said, "Jen, didn't you make a website called Jen's Harry Potter?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" And he said, "Well, I think it's featured in this magazine." And it totally was. And when I logged back onto the site, there was a hit counter that said how many people had visited the site, and it was hundreds of thousands. Wow. And there were all these comments in the guest book, I love your site. And that was super empowering to me, and it helped me get more engaged at school and realize I could be a leader. And I wanted to provide experiences like that for more kids. So it's sort of a confluence of factors.
So unbeknownst to you, you had become like internet famous, essentially. Yeah. How did you find out? Did when it was brought to you and it said, "Hey, look, did you know that you were here?" Is that how you found out?
Yeah, when my brother was bringing the magazine, because basically what I'd done is, like I said, it was the early days of Harry Potter and the internet. And so there weren't many images. There were just like fan illustrations. And so for this book report, I basically trolled around the internet, grabbed all those images, which, there was like 20 at the time or something, put them on my site. Since I was 12, I didn't know anything about copyright law or, anything like that. I just put them on my site. And, Yeah, the article and then some comments on the guest book were like, "This is the most comprehensive Harry Potter image website." So it was pretty funny. Yeah, I found out from him coming down the stairs holding the magazine. It was quite serendipitous.